Congress political drama playing out live on the Newstrack tonight.
Congress desert storm sweeps Delhi. Party president poll an unending saga. Gehlot bows out.
कल परसों की घटना हुई है और मेरी मॉरल रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी थी कि वो प्रताप पार्क होता, तो मैंने तय किया है अब मैं इस माहौल के अंदर चुनाव नहीं लड़ूंगा.
New contender enters race. Will it be Tharoor versus Digvijay now? Series of meetings and suspense. Kaun banega King Kong? Big focus on Newstrack.
Here's a look at the headlines I'm tracking tonight. Congress desert storm in Rajasthan far from over. Sonia Gandhi to decide between Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot within the next 2 days. Huge step for women's rights in India. Supreme Court legalizes abortion regardless of marital status. Big India Today impact. Nitish Kumar promises action against Bihar IAS officer who shamed a girl for seeking access to sanitary pads. Back-to-back blasts inside public buses in Jammu and Kashmir's Udhampur. 2 injured. NIA investigates. Big setback to Team India's World Cup squad. Jasprit Bumrah ruled out after he sustains a back injury. Ashok Gehlot or Sachin Pilot, who will it be? I want to go across live to our correspondent Mausmi Singh. She joins us from 10 Janpat. Sachin Pilot reaching a while ago to meet with Sonia Gandhi. This is where it's likely that it will be decided whether or not Sachin gets that job he so desperately covets. Mausmi, is it going to be Sachin Pilot or Ashok Gehlot? What are you picking up from inside 10 Janpat?
Rahul, I can tell you one thing, that it is actually a period of decision making. Next 48 hours will decide the fate of who is going to remain or become the new Chief Minister of Rajasthan. But yes, 10 Janpat, the address where we saw the 2 arch rivals come and visit Sonia Gandhi in a meeting in one day. Hours later, Sachin Pilot has just entered, and this is a time when we do know that Sonia Gandhi is deliberating and mulling over whether Ashok Gehlot will remain the Chief Minister. Now that is a decision which Ashok Gehlot had actually left it on Sonia Gandhi. The road ahead for Sachin Pilot is also not easy, and in the midst of it all, the Congress party has issued a diktat that any leader in Rajasthan speaking publicly against another leader, action will be taken against them. So there is an attempt perhaps to quell down the dissent and quell down the tussle that is rolling out in Rajasthan. But yes, deliberations are on, and we know that senior leaders are advising Sonia Gandhi on the decision whether it is going to be Sachin Pilot or Ashok Gehlot. But odds still heavily stacked in favor of Ashok Gehlot, Rahul, for the reason that, the Congress doesn't want to mess around with Rajasthan at a point when the president polls are just going on. And on the other hand, Gujarat and Himachal elections are also around the corner. So these two things make the odds in favor of Ashok Gehlot, but we will have to wait and see.
Okay, a series of meetings, unending suspense, the process of choosing A non-Gandhi Congress president has turned into a daily soap opera. There's drama, emotions and twists after twists. Today, the man originally picked by the Gandhis to take on the Congress's top job, Ashok Gehlot, opted out of the race. This after the surprise entry of Digvijay Singh, who will now be taking on Shashi Tharoor. Here's a look at all the top developments on what's going on within the Congress.
A drama in Jaipur explodes into a crisis. And the crisis finally upsets the party presidency apple cart in New Delhi. Tipped to become the next chief of the Indian National Congress as early as last week with the blessings of the High Command, Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot walked out of the race on Thursday.
कल परसों की घटना हुई है और मेरी मॉरल रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी थी कि वो प्रस्ताव पार होता, तो मैंने तय किया है अब मैं इस माहौल के अंदर चुनाव नहीं लड़ूंगा, ये मेरा फैसला है.
His brief announcement came after he met party president Sonia Gandhi at her 10 Janpath residence in Delhi. Gehlot formally apologized for all that unfolded in Jaipur in the past days. He expressed regrets that he was unable to fulfill the High Command's wishes, apparently regarding his replacement in Rajasthan.
मैंने सोनिया जी से भी सॉरी फील किया है, माफी मांगी है. 1 लाख के प्रस्ताव करने का हमारे यहाँ हमेशा से ही कायदा रहा, आप सबको मालूम है. दुर्भाग्य से उस वक्त ऐसी स्थिति बन गई, वो प्रस्ताव पास नहीं हो पाया.
The High Command, however, will take the final call.
Now, Mr. Ashok Gehlot continuing as Chief Minister of the state, or because he is left it to Congress President?
That decision Congress person will take within 1 or 2 days.
With Gehlot stepping out, here enters another veteran into the game.
नॉमिनेशन फाइल करेंगे?
अभी तो कुछ तय नहीं किया मैंने. 30 तक इंतजार करिए क्या होता है.
The 75-year-old Rajya Sabha member and former Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister joined Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra down south and showed up in New Delhi a day later to announce plans to file his nomination for party presidency.
I'm going to file my nomination tomorrow. Then the other date is date of withdrawal, that is 4th of October. So wait till then.
Meantime, Congress MP Shashi Tharoor, a probable candidate for party presidency, tweeted out this picture. His lines candid enough, suggesting the election exercise could just be a ritual. Tharoor declared it a friendly contest between colleagues.
2 powerful addresses, 8 civil lines in Jaipur and 10 Janpath in Delhi changed the political scenario in the Congress party with 2 meetings. It was here that Ashok Gehlot, standing with K.C. Venugopal, declared that he was out of the race for the president. Conspicuous by his absence was Rajasthan in charge Ajay Makhan, thereby underlining the fact that distance between the Rajasthan leadership and the party high command had grown manifold in the past few days.
Back in the Gehlot camp, the chief minister's loyalists blew hot and cold. Some vouched for the high command supremacy.
अशोक गहलोत जी ऐसे व्यक्ति हैं, यदि सोनिया गांधी जी उनसे कुछ भी कहेगी तो वो उनकी कोई बात टाल नहीं सकते. वो मैंने उनके खुद के मुंह से सुनी है कि मैं मैडम को कोई भी चीज मना नहीं कर सकता. ये मैं जानता हूँ.
जो ये तानाशाह बैठे हैं केंद्र सरकार में.
Others warned of a full-blown rebellion in case the rival camp took over.
कर्नाटक सारे विधायकों में आक्रोश था कि जो लोग सरकार गिराने में सम्मिलित थे, अगर उनमें से किसी को आज सीएम बनाने की बात आती है तो उन्होंने अपना आक्रोश व्यक्त किया कि हम सुरक्षित नहीं है, हमारे अधिकार सुरक्षित नहीं है, हमारी सरकार सुरक्षित नहीं है.
An election to install a non-Gandhi at the helm of Congress in almost a quarter century, overshadowed by the political storm in the Congress-ruled Rajasthan.
It seems like the Congress party has reworked its strategy when it comes to the Congress presidential elections. But the question is, has the storm in the state of Rajasthan died down or will it come back roaring? In New Delhi with Mausmi Singh, this is Aishwarya Paliwal reporting for India Today.
A short while ago, Rajdeep Sardesai and Mausmi Singh spoke to Digvijay Singh to try and get a sense of what was going on in the mind of Digvijaya.
Okay, you are with India today. I am with my colleague Maushmi Singh, who covers the Congress, and with us is Digvijay Singh, the former Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister and Member of Parliament, who's created a bit of a flutter by deciding to contest for the Congress presidentship. You know, Digvijay Singh ji, your smile is very, very tricky because we don't know whether you are a serious candidate, non-serious candidate. What really is going on in the mind of Digvijay Singh?
I'll tell you a very interesting story. When in a central hall, someone said that Vidyachar Shukla ji was there. He said, someone else said, "Bhai, देखिए Arjun Singh ji का दिमाग पता लगाना. It's very difficult to find what is going on in Mr. Arjun Singh ji's mind. If you put a straight, I would say, steel rod, it will come in circles." So then someone said, "Bhai, Digvijay Singh के दिमाग में क्या होगा?" तो विद्याचरण जी शुक्ला said कि उसके दिमाग से क्या निकलेगा कुछ पता नहीं पड़ता.
तो वही हो रहा है.
So you're following in Arjun Singh's footsteps, is it? That you're keeping everyone guessing, but you are contesting. That's clear. Yes. And why have you suddenly decided to contest? Because Maushmi and I were here 2 weeks ago or a month ago, and you said, I will only contest if no one else is available, no good candidate. Suddenly you've decided to contest. What does that say?
Rajdeep, my mentor Arjun Singh ji always said, politics is an art of the possible. One person has to assess the political parameters in which any task is possible, and then he has to take a decision.
So you're saying you're going step by step. You will rethink again when the nomination dates are over. You will rethink again before the date of withdrawal. Are you serious or not serious?
In politics, the way the politics move, you have seen that in Rajasthan. You may say it again.
No, so was it what happened in Rajasthan, the manner in which Mr. Gehlot was accused of undermining the High Command, that is what changed your mind, that you now decided if Mr. Gehlot is not the candidate, then I am ready. Is that true?
You see, the point is, as I said earlier, politics is an art of the possible. If there is a possibility that there is a chance for me, so I decided to contest.
Or did you think that if Mr. Gehlot, after doing whatever he did, is the candidate, then, as you said earlier, you were not happy with that candidature, and that's why you came to take your nomination papers, because the pictures were rolling out at the same time. You collected your nomination paper, and thereafter, Ashok Gehlot landed at 10 Janpat. Was it pressure politics that was at full play, and that was actually pushed by the Gandhis?
As far as I know, I had decided to file my nomination yesterday afternoon. So I took a flight and came here. And then I went to AICC to collect my nomination papers. And I will be filing my nomination tomorrow.
What is the Gandhi's role in all of this? Because everybody believes that somewhere this is a fixed match. Whoever becomes president can only become if Sonia, Rahul and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra decide. Is that true or not? They will decide.
Why don't you believe when Sonia ji, Priyanka ji and Rahul ji, all three say the same thing, that none of the Gandhi family is going to contest, and they have kept their word. And they have kept the field open. And therefore, I think, tell me any political party which has given such a wide kind of a canvas for anyone to walk in.
No, but what is your role? What is the role of the Gandhi family? All of you are going to 10 Janpat, virtually taking the permission of Sonia Gandhi, meeting Rahul Gandhi before you all decide to contest. So what is the role of the Nehru Gandhi family?
Rajdeep, have I gone to 10 Janpat?
The others have. So what is the role of...
No, have I?
Well, the others have, including Shashi Tharoor. I will ask you this. What is the role of the Nehru Gandhis in this election? I mean, is Rahul Gandhi the face? He's on a Bharat Jodo Yatra. What is the role of the Nehru Gandhi family in this election?
And
they
also
shall.
Adding to that, it's too good. It's unbelievable that you leave the Bharat Jodo Yatra and come without even consulting or speaking to any of the Gandhi family members.
Nehru Gandhi family are the leaders of this party.
There is so much to talk about tonight. Will it be Sachin Pilot? Will he finally have his chance? Will the Jadugar Ashok Gehlot find some way of staying on as CM as he'd like to? What kind of president would Digvijay Singh make? He could be the Congress's worst nightmare, or he could be just the panacea the Congress is desperately looking for. He's wily, he's Machiavellian, but he also shoots his mouth off and oftentimes gets him and his party into trouble. Does Shashi Tharoor have a chance, or is he really using this election to up his national standing and play a role? They're hugging there in that image, but play a role in the next president's team, much bigger than he otherwise would have had. Rajdeep Sardesai joins us. He's been out and about Lutyens, Delhi, as it were, trying to get a sense of which way the story is moving. We've got Rashid Kidwai, one of the most consummate observers of the Congress party. Sanjay Jha, in, out, once things change, maybe back in again. Two special guests on this broadcast. We've got Divya Maderna. She is an MLA from Rajasthan. Rajendra Chaudhary also joins us. So it's important to hear what the voices on the ground are having to say. For perspective, I have Sudhindra Kulkarni, and from the BJP, letting the Congress do all the fighting is Zayyad Zafar Islam. So, Rajdeep, let's start with you. Gehlot or Sachin Pilot? Who will be the Rajasthan Chief Minister?
I think as of now, for now, Ashok Gehlot remains Chief Minister.
So what's Sonia telling Sachin?
You know, I have absolutely no idea what goes beyond the walls of 10 Janpat. What I do know is from a top Congress source that for now, despite K.C. Venugopal claiming that the decision on Mr. Gehlot's future will be taken in the next 2 days, I don't see, based on what the conversations I have had, Mr. Gehlot being replaced right away, if at all. Certainly not in the next few weeks, till this Congress president's election is over. The Congress doesn't want to open a new front until the issue of who becomes the next Congress president is settled, which should be settled by the 19th of October. So, Rahul, my sense at the moment is that you've got a party which is at the moment fighting on too many fronts. And until they can first settle this issue of Congress president, the Rajasthan Congress issue of who becomes Chief Minister or whether Mr. Gehlot stays on has been kept on the pause button. Let's be clear. Ashok Gehlot still commands the support of the majority of the MLAs. Ashok Gehlot is a 3-time Chief Minister, has got considerable resources. Mr. Pilot, on the other hand, still is someone who doesn't have the same number of MLAs that Mr. Gehlot has. Should that change because of the changing equations in Delhi, because the High Command throws its weight publicly tomorrow in favor of Mr. Pilot, we don't know whether that will happen. Should that happen, things could change. But for now, Ashok Gehlot, Rahul, is almost certain to stay on as Rajasthan Chief Minister.
Maderna,
that's his
you agree with that at this moment, it's almost impossible, or at least very difficult, for the Congress to be able to shuffle the pack in Rajasthan. They'd rather let things be, let Ashok Gehlot stay Chief Minister and ask Sachin Pilot to wait to fight another day.
Hi Rahul. You know, it's a very sad, very unfortunate day. I hail from Jodhpur, and so does the Chief Minister, Mr. Gehlot. I've known him for good 35 years. I was seeing his press briefing this afternoon, and when he said he took the moral responsibility for his leadership failure, he said, I might not be involved, I'm not involved, but whoever might have done, I as a Chief Minister, I as a CLP leader take the moral responsibility and I back out from the Congress President. I feel very sad, you know. He could have been on the pinnacle post of Congress where he himself started from an NSUI President, from a common family, 45 to 50 years of politics, absolutely clean, a seasoned man, 3 times Chief Minister, a Gandhi loyalist, die-hard Gandhian principles that he followed. I think just a handful of milists made him lose the kingdom of India. These 2-3 people who called the shots only for their political insecurity, today he had to stand. And the other thing I'd like to quote, on India Today specifically, he made a statement which was printed also, Har galti कीमत मांगती है. Today when he was briefing, I was very saddened because I thought a man from Jodhpur, somebody would lead the Congress party at a post where Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru was there, Indira Gandhi was there, Sonia ji was there, Rahul ji was there. Rajasthan will have a proud moment. Jodhpurites will have a proud moment. But, you know, he took it's a great I would applaud him that he went out on the public platform. He took the moral responsibility and backed out. But a very sad and unfortunate day.
As a young leader from Rajasthan, you'd like to see the young Sachin Pilot as Chief Minister, Divya? You're essentially suggesting you'd like to see Sachin Pilot as Chief Minister, but the MLAs don't back him.
I've been very blunt. I've been very blunt of my opinion. I don't belong to Mr. Gehlot's group. I don't belong to Pilot's group. I don't do the politics of groupism. I am a die-hard loyalist. I would abide by what the Congress president says. I don't know, the whole ruckus happened. Mr. Markan and the Observer, Mr. Khadke, had come down to pass a one-line resolution. They, after the resolution, made it very clear they will be meeting each MLA one-on-one. And whatever their sentiments are, it'll be conveyed. It's not that somebody after a one-line resolution will bulldoze it. That's never happened. All that majority in vote, whoever that is, it'll be conveyed to the Congress president in a consensus with the confidence of the sitting chief minister. I'm sure there would have been outcome of the new chief minister. So this ruckus created by 2-3 people that this is happening, that is happening, it's never happened. No names are announced before one-line resolution. No names are announced for a chief minister without having and the sentiments of the MLAs conveyed to the Congress leadership, and it's all concerned. What is sad is that they went outside the party forum and they were vocal about it.
Okay.
Today, Mrs. Gandhi names somebody as the chief minister. Everybody will be abiding that as a Congress loyalist.
राजेंद्र चौधरी, क्या आपको लगता है कि सचिन पायलट को नंबर फाइनली आ सकता है या गहलोत ही बने रहेंगे जैसे राजदीप कह रहे हैं अभी राजस्थान के चीफ मिनिस्टर?
देखिए, मैं आपकी चर्चा को सुन रहा था और मैं राजस्थान की राजनीति में पिछले 40 साल से ज्यादा से हूं और अशोक गहलोत जी के साथ फर्स्ट चीफ मिनिस्टर थे, उनके साथ कैबिनेट में मिनिस्टर था मैं, और अभी मैं वाइस प्रेसिडेंट हूं और पायलट साहब के साथ भी मैं 7 साल वाइस प्रेसिडेंट रहा। और राजस्थान का जहां तक सवाल है, हम राजस्थान की जनता क्या चाहती है, जब अशोक जी चीफ मिनिस्टर थे सेकंड टर्म में, तब हमारी कांग्रेस की सीटें केवल 21 पर रह गई थी और उसके बाद में सोनिया गांधी जी ने सचिन पायलट जी को जिम्मेदारी दी और उन्होंने राजस्थान में हाड़ तोड़ मेहनत की और वो 21 सीटों से 100 सीटों तक पहुंचाया। और उसके बाद में कांग्रेस नेतृत्व ने उस समय भी एक लाइन का प्रस्ताव पारित हुआ, आला कमान पे छोड़ते हैं, और आला कमान ने अशोक जी के नेतृत्व दिया, उनको मुख्यमंत्री की जिम्मेदारी दी और सचिन पायलट जी को उप मुख्यमंत्री की जिम्मेदारी दी। और पायलट साहब ने कांग्रेसमैन के नाते बहुत सहृदयता से इस चीज की जिम्मेदारी को स्वीकार किया, कोई विरोध नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं। और 6 महीने बाद में जब लोकसभा के चुनाव होते हैं तब हम 25 की 25 सीटें हार जाते हैं राजस्थान में कांग्रेस की लोकसभा की। उसमें मुख्यमंत्री अशोक गहलोत जी के पुत्र जोधपुर से बुरी तरह से हारते हैं, 3.25 लाख वोटों से। अशोक जी अपने विधानसभा क्षेत्र से 44,000 से हारते हैं, उनके पुत्र अपने खुद के बूथ से हार जाते हैं और राजस्थान में केवल 11 सीटों पर कांग्रेस आगे रहती है जहां से कांग्रेस के एमएलए जीते हैं। तो ये जनता का फैसला आ गया 6 महीने बाद में ही। ऐसा सरकार ने कौन सा 6 महीने में गलत काम कर दिया कि जनता ने मुंह मोड़ लिया पार्टी से? तो ये सोचने की जरूरत है, ऐसा क्यों हुआ?
That's interesting. Two people, Rajdeep, largely seen as being close to Sachin Pilot, speaking out publicly, the Gehlot camp under pressure and quiet for the moment.
No,
Does that
I'm
suggest...
not close to Sachin Pilot.
Yes, Divya, I understand that. Now you said that, but you also made a few points which kind of suggest...
Subject to correction, Congress loyalist.
Okay, fine. Subject to correction, Congress loyalist, she insists.
No suggestion.
No,
Absolute Congress
I think in a way, what you're hearing from Divya and from Rajendra Chaudhary, particularly from Divya, is a reflection that there are a large number of people who will go along with what the High Command says. This is still a party of the High Command culture, and it's not just the Congress, even the BJP tomorrow. Let's say there was a faction fight in some corner of the country. What Mr. Modi decides eventually prevails. Modi Shah, whether it's Hemanta Biswa Sarma versus a Sarbanand Sonowal, eventually what the High Command decides is what the party has to accept. The BJP High Command has the huge advantage, Rahul, of being in power at the center. The Congress doesn't. Therefore, this is now a test. How far would Sonia Gandhi go to actually downsize Mr. Gehlot? And I don't think she can go far enough because, as I said, Mr. Gehlot still commands the support of a majority of the MLAs. Sachin Pilot's revolt of 2 years ago still haunts him in many ways. And number three, I think the Congress is going through this phase, which is yet to be complete, of the old guard giving way to new. That may change 3-4 months down the line. So therefore, it is very possible that come 2023 election year in Rajasthan, we could see a new face, given the fact that Mr. Gehlot himself seems to have indicated that, he is not unwilling to effect a generational change. But will that happen right away? I don't think so.
Rashid Kidwai, what are your many sources in the Congress telling you? Will it be Gehlot? Will it be Sachin Pilot? What's Sonia Gandhi telling Pilot just now?
Rahul, it's very simple. The Congress has a age-old motto: "Thanda karke khao." The moment Congress High Command gains an upper hand, you see there will be a change of government. I think Mr. Ashok Gehlot is living as a chief minister on borrowed time. The Congress at no point of time for the last 30 years has had a chief minister who had a support on his own. It's not like Arvind Kejriwal or MK Stalin. So let's get that straight. Divya ji has been nice enough not to mention, what had happened with between our grandfather and Mr. Ashok Gehlot, and how Mr. Gehlot was a beneficiary in spite of not having any kind of majority support in the CLP. So there are a lot of precedences are there. I think Mr. Gehlot has fallen from grace in the eyes of the Congress High Command. The Congress MLAs in Rajasthan will take a note of it. It's a matter of time. I agree with Rajdeep that Congress would not want to open front on many this thing when the Congress elections are there. But close to Diwali, around Diwali, I think it's a time when we see some action in Rajasthan.
Okay, so now it essentially comes down to that big battle. Digvijay Singh versus Shashi Tharoor. Sanjay Jha, who are you batting for? Is Digvijay Singh the Congress's worst nightmare, or is he just the kind of Machiavelli a desperate Congress needs at this moment?
Well, Rahul, in all honesty, I know both of them personally well. I have worked with them. In fact, Digvijay Singh and I started the social media department, as we used to call it. It was just a ragtag group in 2013 together. But I think there could be a third candidate. So please do not rule out yet a consensus candidate emerging. I still believe that you haven't seen the end of it all. There is going to be speculation that Digvijay Singh is being backed by the pro-Gandhi or the establishment, etc. But I think that matter is still up in the air. As a candidate, definitely Shashi Tharoor brings in excellent credentials to be the Congress president. Digvijay Singh, as you rightly mentioned in the introduction, is a veteran. He knows how to work the engines in the political ecosystem. Yes, it's also true that he has been accused of very often making a few rather outrageous observations. But who doesn't make mistakes in politics? But I do believe that the Congress is probably going to work on a model where the leader has to be acceptable across the board. And you have to have a leader who looks into the future. So, I think this is still pretty much up in the air.
But let's look at brass tacks. Shashi Tharoor is not the kind of person who will be able to work the phones across the country. He doesn't have that kind of penetration in the Congress machinery. Even the Kerala Congress had many people speaking out against him. I mean, many people watching India Today TV might like somebody like Shashi Tharoor to be president, but he's not really an organizational man, Sanjay.
Rahul, the truth is that the Congress people need to know, and especially the delegates who are going to vote, that you need a Congress president who can make you win elections, who can draw crowds, who can influence opinion, who engages very actively with the media, and who at the end of the day is aggressive and ambitious. So I think for me, these would be the criteria. Somebody willing to burn the midnight oil, but not allowing a single day to be wasted. You got to make every day count in politics. And I do agree with you that, everybody has their strength and shortcomings, but please do not rule out Shashi just because he's an intellectual and author, English speaking, articulate, Oxford's, a savvy urban elite kind of a person. I've seen Shashi in many a forum. I've been with him on them where he's able to charm people across the board. So I think it all depends.
You met Shashi today. What did he say? Do you think he can walk the lines, do what Digvijay can? Shashi versus Digvijay. Who's going to be the better president?
If the Congress were to become an all-new party, Shashi Tharoor would have a chance. But the Congress, is like it or not, The more things change, the more they remain the same. And it was interesting. I was at both the houses today. At Shashi Tharoor's house, lots of the All India Professional Congress, lawyers, a couple of doctors, young people around Shashi Tharoor, 8, 10,
None
12
of whom are in the electoral college, I assume.
Yeah, none of them are delegates, unfortunately, but all of them are Congress supporters.
Yeah, but they're not voting. They're not voting.
Like the idea to have Shashi Tharoor as this, as a new face, as someone who's a disruptor. At Digvijay Singh's house, all the old Congress guard was coming. Narayan Swamy, former Puducherry Chief Minister, rushing towards him, hugging Digvijay Singh. Sir, I'm seeing you after so many days. I'm so happy. So you can see, there is an old guard of the Congress who's comfortable with the Digvijay Singh because he knows, as you rightly said, how to work the system. And there's the new Congress, those who are aligning themselves to the Congress, who like the idea that Shashi Tharoor, bright, foreign educated, someone who speaks a language which the middle class perhaps can connect with. They like to be.
But the majority of the voters don't need.
That's right. So I think that's what I said. Given the nature of the delegates controlled by state bodies, if it's only Digvijay Singh versus Shashi Tharoor, and I don't rule out the possibility of a wild card coming up tomorrow, if it's just between the two of them, it'll be advantage Digvijay Singh.
Sudhindra Kulkarni, you're listening in to all these confabulations playing out in the Congress. Digvijay Singh versus Shashi Tharoor. Who do you think is likely to steer the Congress into the future in a manner in which the party will finally be able to give the BJP at least a meaningful fight?
It is the electoral college of the Congress party to decide who will be the next president. But a very interesting transformation is taking place in the Congress party, which on the whole is democratic, and it should be welcomed. Welcome for two reasons. One, Congress is the only other national pole in Indian politics. And if this second pole is not strengthened, if it doesn't revitalize itself, then India is in danger of descending into a one-party authoritarian rule, which is not good for India. It's not good for India's democracy. The second reason why it should be welcomed is that for the first time after a quarter century, the Congress has decided to have a president outside the Nehru family. And this decision is taken by none other than Rahul Gandhi himself. Almost every Congress leader was pleading Rahul to be president again, but he declined, which means that now the Congress is going in the direction of democratization, and any process of democratization brings with it a certain degree of convulsion, confusion, chaos. Some of it was avoidable, but nevertheless, the Congress party is mature enough to overcome this current convulsion. And I'm sure that irrespective of who becomes a president, on the whole, democratization of Congress has begun and it should be welcomed.
Rashid Kidwai, can the Gandhis trust Digvijay Singh in the long run? They saw what happened with Ashok Gehlot, where at the first opportunity, he flexed his muscles and didn't do what the High Command would have liked to. Digvijay Singh, much more than Ashok Gehlot, is his own man. He has his own self-image, his own perception. He is an erstwhile Maharaja and therefore isn't quite as pliable as an Ashok Gehlot may be expected to be. Can he be trusted by the Gandhis, or once he's president, would that not matter as much? Rashid?
Yeah, I think Rahul, there is a way to find out, which way wind is blowing. Tomorrow itself, the number of, sets of, nominations are filed. If there are going to be 10 sets filed in favor of Digvijay Singh, then you would know that Digvijay Singh is a kind of, has a patronage of the Congress High Command, and he's going to be the candidate. If one set of nomination is filed, then that person is treading on very thin ice. I think Digvijay Singh knows the art of being on the right side at the right time. All this Maharaja thing and all, he has no illusions about himself. He knows. You must remember how he sided with P.V. Narasimha Rao when he keeps saying, even today he was telling Rajiv Sardesai that Arjun Singh was his mentor. But when Tiwari Congress was formed, he just dished him hard and dry. So this is Digvijay Singh. I think he's a politician. He's a one politician, Rahul, who has won Nagar Palika election. He became a Nagar Palika chairman to, Lok Sabha MP, MLA, minister. So he has seen it all.
Okay, Zafar Islam is sending me a message saying, "Mujhe mauka nahi de rahe," but you hardly have any need to speak. The Congress is fighting, they're imploding. You're just sitting back, Zafar bhai, and watching the fun.
No, Rahul, I thought, as you are thinking, that I have nothing to say because that's their internal matter. Should I stay back or should I stay put or should I exit from this show? That's what I asked you.
Tell me, what are you making of all these shenanigans that we are seeing in the Congress? Is this your best case scenario playing out? Or on a more serious note, do you think with Rahul Gandhi not in charge, with somebody wily and crafty like a Digvijay Singh, he'll work the phones, he'll have people call him, he'll be giving them answers in a time-bound fashion, that the Congress could potentially finally spring to life and challenge your party? Is that a concern?
Not at all. In fact, Rahul, you have 3 people from Congress party. All of them have spoken. They all have spoken and expressed their opinion, which is quite different from each other. They all draw comfort from the party high command or the first family. And if first family is not at the driving force, then probably the party will cease to exist. That because everyone knows that they draw strength from the first family. Here, I have heard all 3 spokespersons from the Congress party. Divya is somebody who appeared to be a disciplined soldier of the party. But she is in minority at this point in time in Congress because everyone has their own opinion and they are trying to demonstrate what strength they bring to the table, and this is what Gehlot has demonstrated. Gehlot ji has demonstrated that today High Command has no relevance in current context, and they want.
If it didn't have any relevance, he wouldn't be going and apologizing to Sonia Gandhi. So it does have some relevance.
No,
Maybe not the same kind as earlier, but it definitely had some position.
He just followed his own script. It was a stunt, and in this case, it has not backfired on him. It has actually worked in his favor and against the party high command, the acting high command. Today, Sonia has nothing to say. I mean, what will she say? Because he wants to continue to be as chief minister. What Rajiv said is right, that he will continue as the chief minister of Rajasthan, and he will not give the opportunity to likes of Sachin Pilot, who is much more capable than Mr. Gehlot is. And as rightly pointed out by one of the Congress spokesperson, that when Congress was in really bad shape, Sachin Pilot has worked tirelessly for 5 years and delivered a result which was everyone to see. But he has been ignored.
So Zafar Islam clearly Rahul batting Gandhi for Sachin Pilot. Very interesting that Rajdeep.
No, I'm not batting
both seen Digvijay Singh for a very long time.
But all I want to tell you, Rahul, just last sentence, all I want to tell you that Congress acting president, she is overly concerned about young, dynamic person from Congress rank and file should come up because he will be challenging to her own son, Rahul Gandhi. That's why likes of Sachin Pilot have not been given the opportunity which he deserves.
Okay,
that is what I'm trying to tell you.
You and I have both seen Digvijay Singh for many years now. One part of me tells me he is just what the Congress needs. He's wily, he's jugadu, he's Machiavellian, he knows how to work the systems, he has IOUs on people, he'll respond to people in time, he'll massage their egos, get them to work, lago, karo. Another part says he'll shoot his mouth off, take on the RSS, be seen as being pro-Muslim, all the comments about 2611 being an RSS conspiracy, etc. will come out, and that he will box the Congress even further in than it is. Is he the Congress's worst nightmare or the panacea they're waiting for?
I think the jury's out. He's a fit 75, but as you're right, he will, in a way, take the battle ideologically into the BJP RSS scam, constantly target Hindutva politics. That is, in a way, his USP. Now, does the Congress believe that's the direction in which they want to go? Because a narrative is being attempted by Rahul Gandhi on this Bharat Jodo Yatra, which is not so RSS-centric, instead focusing on economic issues, talking of concentration of power. So Rahul Gandhi is talking about left-of-center narrative when it comes to economic issues, while Digvijay Singh's primary target will be Hindutva politics. Will the two of them therefore be able to take the Congress in a common direction? We don't know. But should Digvijay Singh become the Congress president, he is an active politician. As Rashid Kidwai put it right from the Nagar Palika level. He's come up. So he's got lots of IOUs around. He's got a strong network, lots of connections. Will be able to work very effectively with possibly other opposition leaders, especially those from his generation, Mamta Banerjee's, the Sharad Pawars. So all that could happen. But whether he can actually be able to organizationally take the Congress bottom up, because that's really what the Congress needs. The Congress's biggest challenge is at the moment they just can't compete with the BJP's booth management system. Can Digvijay Singh therefore be the person in the background building the Congress booth level up? The jury is
Sanjay Jai, your sense on that? How good an organizational man is he? The Congress lost after 2 terms of Digvijay Singh in power in Madhya Pradesh, struggled to come back, came back briefly under Kamal Nath, but essentially was in the wilderness for a while. Can he build the Congress bottom up nationally, or would Shashi do that better?
You know, I've worked with both of them, so I can tell you this for a fact that the biggest attribute, a huge positive for both Shashi and Digvijay Singh, is the fact that they are very people friendly, highly accessible. Digvijay Singh responds to your SMS very, very quickly, as will Shashi. And I think, you know, both of them, in a great number of ways that you were debating earlier with Rajdeep, will take the battle to the BJP camp on the issue of Hindutva. You know, please ignore some comments that maybe Digvijay's made earlier. But I think both Shashi and Digvijay will challenge this, you know, BJP's perception of being the custodian of the Hindu religion. I think they will take this Hindutva versus Hinduism debate to its logical conclusion. Okay. I think both of them recognize that if you don't bite the bullet on this debate, the BJP actually rides home by continuing to segregate politics and attract the majoritarian vote. And I do think that will be challenged by both Shashi and Digvijay.
People don't think of Shashi Tharoor as being a wily politician, but what he's done, Rajdeep, very smartly here is that by offering to contest, or by saying he'll contest, he's enhanced his national standing. So what could potentially happen is that he may end up better off than he would have if he was just staying on as MP, maybe Digvijay Singh as captain, Shashi potentially as a vice captain, as say a working president, but with a pan-India presence, more than would have been possible just as a Tirunavanthapuram MP.
You know, Congress has a lot of talent. But the Congress is unable to use its talent because it's stuck like some kind of aging dinosaur in a very old way of operating politics. Why doesn't the Congress have a proper shadow cabinet, for example? You know, you could have Shashi Tharoor would be a very effective sort of foreign policy counterpart to what, say, let's say a Dr. Jaishankar says. So you can have all of that. I have misgivings about Shashi Tharoor's ability to build an organization at the moment, because the Congress party on the ground is a very different
party. But he can't be worse than Rahul Gandhi.
No, look.
Yes, he has to, no matter what comes, would be better than Rahul Gandhi.
Look, Rahul Gandhi comes with the huge advantage of the Gandhi surname, which for the Congress is a magnet. Shashi Tharoor has the advantage of being an outsider, and therefore
people respect.
You cannot target
he has his
him
own
as
professional standing.
You see,
everyone,
he's a meritocrat.
When you talk about Rahul Gandhi, they'll say, you know, apart from the fact that you're Gandhi, who are you? You're no one.
Shashi Tharoor's big advantage is for the English-speaking audiences, for urban audiences, for a middle-class audience, which cuts across sometimes the Hindi-English divide. He's a meritocrat.
You see, Shashi spoke to Rajdeep in Hindi today. You'll see that out tomorrow. He thinks, Rajdeep, each time we speak to him, that his Hindi is very good. You know, we keep saying his Hindi is no good. He says, "Meri Hindi achhi hai." I insist on speaking to Aaj Tak.
No, and again, the thing is, Rahul, that what comes through it is someone who is willing to improve. You know, if you look at Shashi Tharoor 15 years ago when he first entered politics and today, you can see someone who has made a conscious effort to try and understand how Indian politics work. Looks at the number of private member bills he puts out in Parliament. Look at his work as a parliamentarian. Very, very good, solid work. He's worked hard at Thiruvananthapuram. He's won 3 times. Not easy. So therefore, I think Shashi Tharoor shouldn't be underestimated. He's also very good with languages. You know, he made an interesting comment when I said to him, what about your Hindi? How will you survive in the Hindi heartland? He said, could you ask some of the Hindi heartland politicians to learn a few South Indian languages? So you see, you know, at the end of the day, he'll be quick with his responses. So, you know, you could have a team Congress. I think the Congress has one advantage over the BJP because the BJP focuses so much on Mr. Modi, and Mr. Modi is this larger-than-life figure. You could have team Congress versus Mr. Modi. Is the Congress ready for that? I really don't know.
It's an interesting battle.
And whether the Gandhis are ready for that. You see, all of this is incumbent on the Gandhis actually walking the talk.
No,
it's
but
all
it's not
very
so
well
difficult.
at the moment.
Rahul Gandhi likes going abroad so often. He can just go abroad and take a really long break. He doesn't need to bang his head in politics.
No,
Let those who are more passionate do the job.
No, Rahul Gandhi has to be part of this team Congress. They all have
No, but he
roles
doesn't
to
need
play.
to be stuck working 24/7. He can go off to Europe or wherever else he wants to every once in a while without it being an albatross around his neck. Digvijay Singh, much more a 24/7 politician. He also relishes it. He enjoys it. Let the man do what he enjoys. Let Mr. Gandhi do what he enjoys. I think that could potentially be something exciting, at least politically, to comment and analyze on. Whether all of this together matches up to anything against the BJP, which is way ahead at this moment, we don't know. But at least they will be fighting and want to see as seen as being fighting. So we'll leave it there. I want to thank all our guests for joining us. Thank you so much. We'll track very carefully what happens from here. I'll have more for you when I come back on the other side. Stay with us. We're back in a moment.
Hey, I noticed something new. You've started using a new body lotion. Funny.
I'm so sorry for the delay. I was on another call. It just kept going on.
No, Papa. You have been a steam bath.
Steam bath? At home?
Two steam bath he takes.
Go to your homework.
It's 7:20 already. The kickoff's in 5 minutes. Get all the boys. We have the entire place to ourselves, man. Not working?
Of course it is. But I don't want you guys to be using this bathroom. So use the other one.